Are you a small business owner or entrepreneur who has never used ChatGPT? Then this video is for you. This is an overview introduction to ChatGPT. You don't even have an account yet and you don't know how it works. This one is for you. By the end of this video, you will not only have created an account, but you will have the basic prompts that you can use in your daily personal and business life. But let's start with why this big change and what exactly ChatGPT is and how it differs from something like Googling your questions. Back when I was at school, I had to go to a physical library if I had a research project. That meant driving to a library and asking the librarian about a specific topic that I needed to do my research on, let's say volcanoes or something, and she would then direct me to the right section in the library and give me the physical books that I needed to read or photocopy to understand what that topic is about, what the knowledge is about. Now, fortunately, that changed with the internet and specifically with Google, where we can now have Google as our librarian and we can actually ask Google certain questions and it will go across the internet to find the knowledge. But still, it is our responsibility to read those websites and that knowledge and gain it for ourselves in order to do our projects. Now, what ChatGPT does, it is as if the librarian has learned all of the knowledge on the internet. Not only does she know where to find things, but she has the answers as well of certain questions that you have based on research on the internet. And not only that, the reason ChatGPT is so amazing is that it not only has access to the knowledge, but it has been trained to understand human language. So up until now, one of the biggest issues that humans and computers had was communication. Humans had to learn how to code and basically speak a computer's language in order to communicate with the computer. But now that is changing. Now, with large language models, LLMs for short, humans can communicate to computers on our terms, and we can ask a question in what is called natural language, and the computer can actually translate that and understand that to fulfill the tasks that you need it to do. This video is recorded in October 2024, and we are using the version that's available on the free platform today, which is ChatGPT 4.0. What you want to do, I want you to follow along with me. Go to your browser and type in chatgpt.com. You will be presented with this page right here. You can see it looks similar to Google in that it has its question bar, but there are a few differences, and that's what I want to explain to you as you look at this screen. So you don't have to create an account yet. There's nothing necessary. You can actually start using ChatGPT and the functionality as it is right now. There are a few limitations because of that, but we will get to that later in the video. The first thing is what you can do is you can look at these prompts here at the bottom. So these prompts here will not direct you to a different website. It is actually for interacting with ChatGPT itself. So let's say you want to try it out and you don't have anything you want to ask. So let's say we want to make a plan, and it actually gives you some prompts to what you want to do. So I want to make a plan of meals for the week. Then you select that one, and then you can see it starts a conversation with ChatGPT. And you can see the information here at the top. This is essentially the question that you asked ChatGPT. Help me plan meals for the week. Start by asking what ingredients I already have and what kinds of meals I enjoy. And so it responds to you. Sure, let's get started. What ingredients do you already have on hand? And what types of meals do you enjoy? Are there specific cuisines or dietary preferences that you'd like to focus on? And then you can start interacting with this computer. So you can type, for example, please give me a meal plan. I'm not going to answer all his questions now, but please give me a meal plan that is balanced and healthy for 3 days. Something like that. And there we go. It gives you a response. And that you can start reading through and understanding what it's given, and you can actually respond to ChatGPT on the information that it has given you. So let's say, for example, let's take day 3. Let's say I see scrambled eggs here. Let's say I'm allergic to eggs, for argument's sake. Then I can say, I am allergic to eggs. Please change the breakfasts. And then it will take that into account and give you an egg-free breakfast. So oats, smoothie, chia pudding, and so forth. So that is the first basic use of ChatGPT. The one big limitation of not having an account is that it does not track your history. So you have this conversation, and if you want to refer to it back to it later in the future, you will not be able to do that. That is solved by creating an account. But before we do that, I just have a quick note here. It's not a sponsor, don't worry. I have a quick note here on the purpose of ChatGPT. So it is supposed to assist humans. It cannot replace humans. It is not something that is supposed to do the things that humans are supposed to do. You still need to take responsibility. You are asking ChatGPT to help you to achieve your goals. So just like ChatGPT won't be able to make and eat this breakfast and be accountable for buying the healthy foods, you have to do that. In the same way, for all the tasks that you assign to ChatGPT, you need to take responsibility for that. There have been cases recently where companies use AI automation like this and create chatbots that spill out the wrong information that's not company aligned, and it has caused a lot of trouble in that sense. So it's supposed to help you, not replace you. So just back to the history, if I were to refresh this page, you will see that this conversation is removed. Now, I would encourage you to play around here and look at the different options here. I recently used the code knowledge of ChatGPT to build with macros in Microsoft Excel. I cannot code with macros. I have a basic understanding of how it works, but I could, with natural language, tell ChatGPT what I wanted to do, and then it actually gave me the macro code that I can copy and paste in Excel to fulfill the tasks that I needed to do. But for now, let's create an account and see what ChatGPT can do more. I'm going to click on sign up, and I'll just say continue with Google. I'm going to select an account here, and I'm signed in. So the first thing that you will notice is this sidebar that we have where your history will appear. You also have Explore GPTs here, which we'll cover in the next video. For now, there are 2 more things that I want to show you that you can do. So in our first example, I showed you by using the prompts to get ChatGPT to give you information. But you can also ask questions on your own to ChatGPT. So as an entrepreneur, for example, you would ask a question like, how can I improve my social media presence? And it starts giving you information. And you can actually tell ChatGPT to ask you questions to build its knowledge on what you can do. Now, there is a limitation in how many questions you can ask ChatGPT on the free plan before it starts going back to an older version that is not as accurate or as well developed as the 4.0 that we are demoing today. If you want to create a new conversation, you click on this pencil icon here at the top, new chat, and you'll see that it creates a new chat. But what we can do is you can refer back improve social media presence to your previous conversation. So if you click on that again, you will see it here. Okay, so you can continue that conversation if that was something that you discussed with ChatGPT earlier. But let's create a new chat, and I want to show you something else that is really useful now in the latest version. And that is uploading documents, your own documents that you can start to query. So in a business, something that we often use is and need to analyze is other people's resumes. And that can be quite tedious, especially if you have multiple that you need to go through, and comparing them it can get very cumbersome. But with ChatGPT, I'm just going to give an example of uploading one resume, and it will then read the information that's in that resume. So to do that, you'll click on the attach file button. I'm going to upload from my computer. I'm going to select this resume. Here we go. So I selected this resume and it has uploaded. Now I can start asking questions on this resume. So I can say, for example, who is this resume about and what is his occupation? And it will read that document and actually give you the information. This resume is for Chris Lee, who is a workforce management senior consultant, which is really useful and very cool to use. You can ask other information like, does this person have a lot of work experience? Let's see what it says. Yes, Chris Lee has a substantial work experience and so forth. So there's a lot of information that it gives you. So you can start analyzing your own documents, which makes it really nice and useful if you have reports, if you have product plans that you need to work through, or any other personal documentation that you need to analyze. This tool can really help you in your daily tasks to analyze that. Now, in the next video, we will talk about creating custom prompts, because yes, we can use the pre-select prompts that ChatGPT gives us to use, or we can type a question like I've done here, or we can attach information like we've done here. But there is a way to focus ChatGPT's answer based on how you ask the question. That is called prompt engineering, and that is something we will discuss in the next video. For now, if you have any questions or any topics that you'd like me to cover in a following video, please type that in the comments below. But I'll see you in the next video.